Welcome guys, I'll be showing you how to make this pocket design. You can see it has an arrowhead, a button, a shirt button and a side black piping. Let's go straight to the making of the pocket. The first thing we'll do will be to fold the heart stay into two. I'll be folding by 2 1/4 because the width of the pocket is 4.5 inches. The height of the pocket is 5.5 inches and I'll be marking 5.5 on both sides. After that, I'll go higher by 3/4 inch on the side. I'll mark and I'll make a curve to the center and cut off. We are done cutting off the stay, the heart stay. The next is to cut 3 inches wide black fabric and place at the center. So you fold your heart stay into two and also the fabric into two so you can get that center line. That gator line will serve at the center line. And as I'm placing the fabric on the stay, I'll be adding pieces of hemming gum to hold it down to make that position I'm actually fixing now permanent. While using your iron, you have to be careful to make sure it doesn't catch the gum of the hard stay. So you could see that center line. That center line is very important. Now this is the piece I'm using for my arrowhead. I'll cut out pieces of hemming gum I'll be using to bend my arrowhead. So you place an hemming gum in between, fold by 1/2 inch on the edge, use your pressing iron to hold it down, and then you bend both sides to meet equally, and that's how you get your arrowhead. And after doing this, you will do for like 6 or 7 subsequent pieces as well, and that's what you will use for your design. So after bending, you will also place hemming gum in between, close up, use your iron to hold it down. You can see subsequent ones I did. I'll arrange like that and I'll place on the side. So I'll show you how I place them. So for me to place them, I'll also need pieces of hemming gum as well. That hemming gum will help in holding it down before I actually do the stitching. So what I'll do is I'll place an hemming gum on the side, place my arrowhead like that, making sure it passes that center line by 1/4 inch. Then I'll place the hemming gum on the other side, arrange and make sure it passes the center line by 1/4 inch. I'll do so continuously till I consume the entire sides of the black piece. So I'm done placing. The next thing I will do is just to check any lapses. Use my hemming gum to hold down whatever lapses I found. And after that, I'll trim. I'll trim to the shape of the hard stay I cut out in the beginning of this project work. So I cut out two pieces I'll use on the side. I'll just place it on that edge like that, the edge of the arrowhead. Then I'll sew by a 1/4 inch. So I'll do that on both sides. I'll place on the edge, making sure no protruding thread is coming out. Place on the edge, sew by a 1/4 inch. I'll do that on the right, and I'll also do that on the left. That protruding edge is actually where I'm placing my pieces. So I'm done. I'll go straight to the pressing table. I added hemming gum on both sides too, just to hold it down. After doing that, I would also trim once again to the shape of the hard stay. You can see our product is already coming out perfect. Now, that's the horizontal edge and that's the vertical edge, but to get your stretchy, you need something diagonal. Not the horizontal, not the vertical, but diagonal. So I'll cut out that piece diagonally like that, and that piece will become stretchy. That will be what I will use in the piping of the side. Then I'll get a straight piece and use that to cover the top. So for the straight piece, I'll just sew by 1/2 inch. Then go to my pressing table, bend it with my pressing iron, and use my hemming gum to hold it down on the other side. So I'll place my hemming gum and close it up like that. Or you can just sew on the edge in between, whatever method you like. You can sew on the edge in between the stitch you made, or you can use your hemming gum. So I used my hemming gum, and I'll go straight to the piping. For the piping, you just make it longer than the top, and you sew by 1/2 inch on the wrong side of the black piece all through. You just sew from one top end to the other top end. That's the stitch I made. After that, I will make 2 or 3 notches on the curve edges of the downline, and this is just to make my turning process easy, because you don't want your turning process to actually bend the entire product. Now I'll cut off the excesses to remain at least 3/4 or 1/2 inch, which I'll be bending inwards. After that, I'll cut out pieces of my hemming gum. So you can see the hemming gum is very, very important in the creation of these kinds of pockets. So whatever designer pocket you are making, your hemming gum is very, very important, because you don't necessarily need to make any outward stitch for now. Your outward stitch should just be what will hold the pocket to the fabric. So I'll place my hemming gum underneath all through, and I'll press. Then I'll bend the top inwards before closing it. So you just put it inwards, then close it, and you do that carefully, because you want both sides to actually look the same. So you just take your time, bend it inwards using an hemming gum before you close it, like you did for the normal sides of this pocket. So you bend it downwards, making sure it is not higher or lower than the line of the top. Now note, nothing is permanent. Anything you did, like I said, that it's not looking like what it's supposed to be, you can always open it up and redo it again. So you can see me sometimes I'll just open it up and redo it again, because in the end you want your results to be perfect. You want the left side top to look exactly like the right top, not one part being longer than the other or the other part being shorter than the other. You can see this is like a battle. I'm just taking my time to make sure it comes out as perfect as I would expect. I'm done with that. The next thing is just to fix my buttons, which I have also fixed. I just used the black shirt button on the edge of the arrowheads, the three edge. If you are sewing it on your fabric, you sew in between the black and the ash using an ash. You stop there, making sure it doesn't cross the black. Then you come to the other ash and you sew on the edge in between both stitches like that all through. When you are sewing on the part that is black, you use a black thread. But all through, you are mostly expected to use the ash thread. So this is our results. You can see it came out looking good. So please subscribe, like, share, and turn on your notification bell. See you in my next video.